Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Patricia has very good news for you, so I'll let her tell you that. And then we also wanted to discuss Rasheeda Hoyt, and she can put it with her experience. When I say she, I mean Patricia can relate her experience and try to figure out what would have happened to Rasheeda. But anyhow, welcome into the studio, Patricia.
Thank you, Miss Veronica.
You're welcome. Please tell everyone
Yesterday
your
I went
good
to see
news.
Miss. Sorry.
Go. I was saying, go ahead
And
and
the
tell
good
your good
news
news.
is I do not have to go in and sign in anymore.
Good.
I would like to thank Mr. Ian Wicks and the government. I do not have to sign in because he told me to come. He told me to come. It was yesterday, and I can't remember what day was yesterday. And he said to me, or tell me why to remove the why should I remove the signing in. I told him I'm not a flight risk, and so on. But I like to. But just on a note, we'll talk about that, Miss Veronica. We're just going to Rasheeda. I have to talk something about
Yeah,
security
yeah.
in the.
I put up a blog about
We'll just go
Rasheeda.
Rasheeda.
Yeah, you were
Right.
interested in it and you called about it. So let's talk about Rasheeda. She was an alleged defraud. She was a fraud, allegedly defrauding a lot of Barbadians, and suddenly died. I put up a video about her and her escapades 2 weeks prior on July 31st on my channel, and then 2 weeks later she was gone. What do you think happened to her?
Yeah, I looked at what caught my attention was your blog this morning about she was in police custody and then she was in the prisons. Allegedly, I would say allegedly because I like to go on facts, but excuse me. And then you said you put a blog up 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
That got my attention because when they had unlawfully had me up there, you have to go into segregation for 10 days. That means you have no communication with nobody, and you are supposed to. You're not supposed to have any communication with anybody from the outside. Only the guards or the nurses, and that's it. Now, my condolences if she has passed. My condolences goes out to the family. But I'm also sympathizing with alleged victims. But I am going to speak about my experience when I was in segregation. I was there for 10 days, a few times, but the last time, because I was worried for my safety, I used to be careful which guard I eat from, believe it or not. So the inmates would serve the food from the door all the way outside from the door. So they don't come in. They should not. Well, they did sometimes, but they should not have come in. And the guards bring the food to you. Now, I was very particular about which guard gave me anything because I don't trust certain guards. I never trusted certain guards in there. So sometimes I did not eat. I didn't eat because I protested, but I did not eat because I wouldn't trust certain guards in there. And that's how it is. Now the health part of it, Miss Veronica. When I was in segregation, they have a bell, something you could press. And sometimes the whole day, they don't know what you want. They would not have come to you. They don't come to you. They do not come. Sometimes they did not come to me. I don't know if other people, they did not come to me. Used to have, what that got their attention? I used to go out through like the door, the cell, there's a camera there. And I said, I know you heard me. And I used to tell them like it is. And then they came to me.
So let's talk about Rasheeda. Let's talk about Rasheeda because I was added to a group and they were saying that they can't even believe that she has departed, that she's gone, because she was all bombastic and very strong when she was dealing with people and doing her schemes and everything. And they are at a loss. How is it? Did she ingest something that affected her kidneys? Did she always have that kidney
And
problem? They are at a loss.
yes, Miss Veronica, that's what I was explaining to you too. This is what, yeah, but this is why I giving you clues to look into.
Okay.
This is clues I'm giving you to look into. And some of those guards, I am not saying that whatever, I don't know allegedly what she did up. I know some of those guards are wicked. You have to find out too if Miss Rasheeda, if some of those guards were affected by her scheme, or family members were affected
I
by the
see.
scheme.
I see. That's never that will never come out. In Barbados, that will go to the that's never going to come out. And you yourself know that does is a different is like military. Whatever happens there stays there.
This is wrong. I feel, and that's why Mr. Wilfred Abraham, there has to unseal. A lot of things are covered up there. A lot of things. Now, if Miss Rasheeda was sick up there too, I explained to you earlier on. If you are sick after 7 in the evening, God forbid, if you are ill, you have a possibility of dying inside there. Because after 7, the key is taken from the female's prison and it leaves the compound, the female's prison, and is brought to somewhere, I think the men in black or whatever hold the keys. There was an incident that happened where a young lady was sick and her eyes she was so ill, like I thought she would. They thought she was dying, but people thought I was being mean to her. I mean, because saying karma meaning her. No, I wasn't meaning her, but they thought they had the other inmates above in A quad above really frightened because they called and there were only 2 guards working there at a time. And they took about roughly an hour and a half to get the key because the keys weren't on the keys weren't in the female's ward, the female's prison. So how could you remove a key if there is an emergency or a fire, God forbid? Everybody will perish. If you have to go and leave the female prison to go and get a key that's supposed to be in there. And then when you tell some of those guards you have something wrong with you, I have observed people 3 or 4 days they are being ignored. Nobody can tell me nothing. I observed them. 3 or 4 days they haven't seen I don't know if they write it down. They haven't seen a medical. Any medical thing. They might have written it down. But you have to blame them and the medical people at the prison. There's another story altogether I have to tell you about. And they got a lot of little things going on in the medical thing too. So it's a lot of factors.
But the main factor is that whatever happened to her in that compound, we will never ever know. Never know.
But I'm just giving the public and just as to what my personal experience or what I observed. But when somebody dies, they always try. I'm not saying that in that case, whatever. When some matter cases, incidents, when people die, they all cover it up. It's an all cover up thing. It's always a cover-up thing, be it with some of the police officers or the prisons or wherever it is, they always cover up. So they need to investigate the prisons while she was in there. And sometimes the guards send people after I'm a great example.
I'm telling you that the people that she defrauded, they are beside them. They just do not know how to take the information when I said that she had kidney disease and she died from kidney problems. They just cannot believe it.
So,
It's just
so things could add up to kidney disease without. I really don't know, Miss Veronica, what to tell you. I just going to add my experience. The prisons needs to be investigated.
It can't be investigated, but we'll never know.
Any wrongdoing.
Yeah, but you'll never know. It will be because you just had the report and it's sealed. It is sealed.
No, like Mr. Retired, Madam Prime Minister, the same way when I suggested retired the commissioner did the GIS and he did a very good job. Let him to be head of the investigations of that prisons until I don't know why they let him Mr. Home Affairs Minister Wilfred Abraham get away for a lot of foolishness, you know. You know how much nonsense that man did? But they have this and that clinic, that thing they have in there, the prisons, the clinic or whatever you call it, all that needs to be investigated too. All that needs to be investigated too.
Okay.
Because one time Miss Wave come and tell me, "Oh, Miss Benedict, I have sleeping tablets for you." I say, "Huh? You have sleeping tablets for me?" And the way she looked at me and tell me, I said, "Listen to me, the sleeping tablets or some sort of tablets." I said, "Listen to me, Miss Ben. Those, whatever you have, keep them. They won't prescribe for me because I remember what the doctors told me he prescribed for me. So whatever you have there, and I know I never trusted her, Bishop Wave. I said, you keep them for me to sleep. But I told you I have problems sleeping. They need to be investigated, Miss. They got some wicked people in there in that prison.
That was
and
so funny.
That head of females, Miss Drakes. Always Jehovah Witness. That's why I stopped going to her programs when she's preaching Jehovah Witness. Because you can't think a demon. You can't think. God don't like demons. You know what I'm saying? That when you did that blog this morning, this not need to be investigated.
It is not though. She's gonna be buried. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be it.
If she was in surrogation for 2 weeks, for 10 days. I don't know how long she was in there for.
Because she felt no, but why are your calculations so skewed? She could be sick from day 3 or day 4. It doesn't have to be that she went to be sick after 10 days.
They sometimes ignore you in there.
Not if she's vomiting. Not if she's vomiting blue and green bile. Not if she looks really sick. Nah.
Veronica, people just ignore you. You hear? Some of those prison guards scared. They got some really nice ones. Don't get me wrong. There was one incident with one of the inmates, and she wasn't well. I think I can't remember what she was going through. After 3 or 4 days, she gets seen by a doctor. She gets seen by a doctor. But look at me, Miss Veronica. When I was in segregation, when they took me out, I never saw a doctor. You know. I kept on saying legally, I haven't seen a doctor. Legally, 2 weeks.
But did you need to see a doctor?
3 weeks after.
But
I didn't see a doctor.
But did you need to see a doctor?
You are supposed to see a doctor when you come in the prison.
What for?
After 10 days. No, Miss Veronica. That's their policy.
Oh.
After 10 days and you are removed from surrogation, you have to see a doctor. After 10 days, a week before you're supposed to come back to court, I may kick up dust. I say, legally, I haven't seen a doctor yet. I kept on telling them that. So there's a lot of slackness, and they're going to investigate.
But let's bring this home. Bringing this home, it seems as though a pretty healthy person who was all about Barbados, doing her scamming and scheming or whatever, went into Dawes, and soon after she was there, within 2 weeks or whatever, she was gone. So you want to close this out?
Yeah, that needs to be investigated from the prison side and the police side and the hospital side. But just don't forget about Colin McDonald Green. It was similar.
Okay.
It was similar.
Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling that maybe she defrauded the wrong person. The person has someone in there. I don't know. Maybe she take that sleeping pill. Maybe the sleeping pill wasn't really a sleeping pill. I don't know.
Something. I can't tell her that but they always try. I'm not saying that she didn't have a kidney stone. They always try to blame. They never take responsibility for anything that happens in the prison. They would never take responsibility, or the police, would never take responsibility.
Right.
And if she did that, God forbid, she died from whatever they say she died of.
Mm-hmm.
So be it. But that needs to be investigated, though.
Yeah, it should be, but it
should be.
But it happened in Barbados. It's not as though it happened in the United States or some kind other world like where we live. It happened in Barbados. It will not be investigated. Just like how other people just die and they get buried, and you do not hear.
Investigated. So who is responsible for the prisons? Forget about the Home Affairs Minister Winfrey Abraham, the AG.
The Attorney General. The Attorney General. Yeah.
Email the AG, CC to the Prime Minister.
But the family probably doesn't even that you're assuming that the family cares. You are assuming that's a big assumption. I think you're pretty presumptuous to think that maybe her family cares because okay, let's say they find out that such and such happened and she really didn't die from what she said. They say she died of. Are they going to get money? Are they going to get a new house, a new car? No.
It has nothing to do with money.
No, but I'm saying
it should never be about the money part. It's to find justice and find out the truth.
People don't care about that kind of stuff in Barbados.
They should though. They have to start caring.
I'm telling you, you live among people that don't care. I don't know why you haven't noticed that, but they don't really care.
I do.
Yeah, but you're just one of very, very few. Very, very few, because people will see me talking to you here I put it up on YouTube, and they will say, "Oh, why are you wasting your time talking to her?" Oh, like they think that they're more important than you. They think that they know someone who's more important than you are. These people, they don't care, and they have this classism.
Every life matters.
Exactly.
I always concentrate. Sometimes I concentrate too much on people rather than myself. But I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
So that needs to be investigated.
Thank you. This is Shay Veronica, Naked Departure Radio.